Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liverpool fans, I want to get your opinion on a lot of things in this video. We're going to talk about the FA Cup, we're going to talk about Jeremie Frimpong, and we're going to talk about Conor Bradley's new contract, and we're going to talk about a few transfer rumours as well, but we'll get to that. But first, let me say congratulations to Crystal Palace. Unbelievable achievement, winning their first ever major trophy. Unbelievable. They beat Man City as well. How great is it when Man City lose? But don't worry about Man City, because if there's one coach, one genius that can solve that, it's Pep Guardiola. I don't know how he's going to do it. I mean, it's not as if he spent 200 million in January. It's not as if he's going to spend another 300 million in the summer. But some way, he's going to solve that. So they will be there or thereabouts next season. The fairy tale will continue for Manchester City. Don't you worry about that. What a fairy tale it's been. It only cost over £1 billion. But anyway, we get to that. That means, of course, that Crystal Palace is going to play us in the Community Shield. That's correct. Crystal Palace. We would have never thought that. So, but is the Community Shield becoming a bit of a jinx? Let's have a look at this. Previous winners, and let's see how they got on. Right, Man City won it at the start of the season. Trophyless. It's not as if they spent a fortune. Arsenal won it the year before. Trophyless. Liverpool won it the year before that. The Darwin Núñez one. Trophyless. Leicester City won it the year before that. Trophyless. Arsenal won it again in 2020. Bringing your shinbads, guys. Arteta, there's his 3 trophies, yeah. So they went trophyless. Man City, 2019, they didn't go trophyless, but they didn't win the league. Liverpool won the league. 2018 is the last time a team won the Community Shield and went on to win the Premier League. 2018. Is it becoming a bit of a jinx? If there's one man who can end that jinx, it's Mr. Arne Slot. What a legend. What do you think of the clip of him celebrating in Ibiza? I mean, with 2 games to go in the Premier League, that is just legendary status. Unbelievable. But so yeah, look, Community Shield, we're going to play Crystal Palace. I think if anyone had picked a team for us to play in the Community Shield, no one would have picked Palace. So again, congratulations to them. They're in Europe as well for the first time in their history. But let's talk about Jeremie Frimpong. Now, look, it's a done deal. It looks like it's just formalities. He's going to become a Liverpool player on the 1st of June. And in one of my previous videos, I said I hadn't seen much of him and I wanted to get your opinion. And the comments were positive. Everybody's saying that he's brilliant going forward. He's defensively better than Trent. That wouldn't be hard. But I'm excited because as well, the timing is perfect. You know, Trent announced he was leaving, 2 weeks ago? And Liverpool already have his replacement. So they've been working on it for a while. But Conor Bradley now as well signing a new contract. Look, the right back position is sorted. It really is. But I'm interested what Arne Slot is going to do because Frimpong plays a wing back. He's a wing back. He's not a full back. You know, Conor Bradley is a full back. So does he have something else in mind for Jeremie Frimpong? You look at what he did with Ryan Gravenberch. You know, Arne Slot thinks differently. You know, maybe they're just going to compete with each other for the full back position, or maybe he has something else in mind for Jeremie Frimpong. So I think it's an exciting signing. I really do. But hopefully it's the start of what's going to be a busy summer because we need I'd say at least 5 signings. But we definitely need a striker. And a couple of days ago we were linked with Florian Wirtz. Now, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but we're not going to sign him. Okay, it's not Liverpool style. Okay, we were linked with Alexander Isak as well. We're not signing Isak. Okay, any player that's going to cost over, I'd say 70 or 80 million, the club are not going to do that anymore because the last time we signed a player for that money was Darwin Núñez. And look at the way that happened. So the club is going to be smart. They're going to sell a lot of players. They're going to bring in a lot of money, but they're not going to break the bank for a player. They're really not. So I'm interested, obviously, who you think we're going to sign as a striker, but it's not going to be a big name. I don't think it's going to be. And I hope it is because it would be a statement. I want Liverpool to send out a statement this summer. I want them to tell people, look, we've won number 20, but we're planning number 21. It's that simple. Okay, we're not going to rest on our laurels here. We want to dominate now. Man City, you see the struggles they're going through. We want to be the dominant force. You know, you look at Arsenal, they're struggling. They're not the finished article. They need players. So Liverpool have to go out and spend a bit of money and make a statement. Make a statement. Now, they don't have to spend 200 million like Man City will, but they just need to get it right and bring in 4 or 5 new players. And I think Virgil van Dijk said it as well, that the club have said that they're going to be spending money. And I think as well, when a player like Virgil van Dijk signs and Mo Salah signs, I'd imagine the club have told them, look, we are going to compete again next season. We're going to make those signings to make sure that we're up there competing. And I think that's one of the main reasons that Virgil signed. So hopefully the club get it right in the summer. But yeah, look, it's exciting times. It really is. We're Premier League champions. We get the trophy next weekend ironically, against Crystal Palace after they won the FA Cup. I mean, they should bring the FA Cup to Anfield. We'll just have a big party. Seriously. We'll just have a big party at Anfield. And they can come on the parade if they want. Maybe not. They probably have their own plan. But no, seriously. Community Shield, all sorted. Jeremie Frimpong, all sorted. Hopefully that's the start of a busy summer. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, everybody. And let me know what you think.